And the full documentary shows after the news at 8:30 p.m. Nothing works here. That's the outburst of Madina MP Francis Xavier Susu, who has served notice of a constituency-wide demonstration to demand immediate government attention to the poor roads and drains in the area. Scores of residents at Oyarifa Green Hill, a suburb within the constituency, have been trapped in their homes by floodwaters for the past 5 days. Children are unable to go to school because the floodwaters are yet to recede. We'll hear from the Madina MP Francis Xavier Susu shortly, but first, my colleague Manuel Cranton visited the area for the second time in 5 days and now reports.
Between the situation we have here at Oyarifa Green Hill and what was the situation 2 days ago, it's just an addition of 2 extra days. The water levels are still pretty much around the knee level. The people are still trapped in their homes. Over the side, I see some of the kids who are trapped in their homes, just, running about in the house, which in itself has been inundated by the water. Across this particular stretch where I have been walking through the flat waters, I see a stretch of buildings with markings of the La Nkwantana Madina Municipal Assembly, which says stop work. Well, all of those warnings, if you like, from the Municipal Assembly have fallen on deaf ears, as we're seeing steady progress of the buildings on the waterways. I'll try and through the water, get to this side where I see a few of the people who are trapped in this particular house.
That was last week, Wednesday. We're not expecting it. It was just drizzling. Then all of a sudden, it became serious. Then Thursday, this is not the second time. I think this is the third time. I've been here for 2 years and I've witnessed this for, I think, 2 years now. When it rains, there's no gutter, there's nothing should be done. We'll be inside, we can't go out. We have been stuck, the children are still home. We really need help. If the state, the government can bring us pump. For now, we can't plead for gutters because it's so choke here. There's no lay to be helped to create any gutters, but we need help as pump to let the water be a little bit okay so that we can go out, we can breathe well. The scent is too much.
Madina MP, yes, I damn so but I shall fence you myself or 30 anno. Me man to be school. Thousands you to and one will fiesta, I want to be school. And he has slana, Ado, say upon a chow, or my boy. Now, when you go to my
What you heard her saying, that she's been camped here since Thursday. She's not been able to go out, and she's calling on the president and by extension authorities within the area to come to their aid. And I see some of the kids here. How long since Thursday? That's 5 days now. How does that make you feel?
5 days.
How does that make you feel?
Bad.
You want to go to school?
Yes.
So what? How do you cross from this side to this side?
I walk in the bridge.
You walk over the bridge. Are you not scared that you may even fall into the pool of water?
I fall before.
You falling before?
Yes.
When was that?
Last week.
Last week you fell into the pool of water.
Yes.
I see. So how were you picked out of the water?
It is smelling.
I see. And you're hearing him, and of course that gives you an indication of indeed the threat not only to their properties, even their lives here.
Sensiona number dia mini problem, but wo nyanya nchire ne scorpion no omu gugunsuo nani mesi mikun omo tesese ne mekọ ahwe no eti no ne kra nyame ni de ha mekra ne se wa bre na wo beda na mponchireni no musu munim se ne mponchireni su we su wa ha na we su asom na minim ne mame ne papa no ne nanam tese akwese wuti efie busu efiem na dede wo fie sa na ete.
He's mentioning that there are, some animals, dangerous animals within the pool of water that's gathered here for 5 days. He says that he had actually got cause to kill a snake about 3 days ago.
Na kwa dem yes stone mu o senya ma nyina mai ye kodem na e fa nsom yo ansa na ye kodem
nti abansa modan fa
mu ana eda
dan nsu ni mu
ai bebi ani ho ye be ko ye ni bebi a ye be pake nyama ne ko e nti ye dem sa
se poncheni nsu ye didi pa ha
enya agro wo da won to me da
mo ye den
Madina
MP for the area, Francis Xavier Sosu, has served notice. He will lead residents in a constituency-wide demonstration to get authorities to address the situation.
I filed an urgent question in respect of the lack of planning. I filed an urgent question in respect of all the roads in Madina, and I've actually the Mensa all the way to Amrehia roads. There's an urgent question on that. There's an urgent question on roads in Sakura, and there's an urgent question on the abandoned project in Madina. In fact, there's an urgent question even on the hospital project that has been abandoned, because when you look at the Kekele hospital, it's just left with something maybe less than 10 or 15% of work, and the entire hospital will be ready. And this Kekele hospital services over 50,000 people annually, and yet it seems that nothing is working in Madina. I cannot be an MP of an area that would not work. If it is not working, I will make it work, and that is why I am leading my people to demand from the right quarters our own fair share of national development. This is a letter I have addressed. It's just today that I sent this letter, and this letter I address it to the divisional commander of the Adenta Division Command, and the letter is so clear that we are giving them 5 days notice, because next week Monday, under my own leadership, the chiefs, the elders, the youth organizations and the youth leaders, the transport associations, resident associations, everyone who has suffered for using those stretch, particularly from Mensa all the way to Amrehia, we are calling on all of them to come out so that we can use that last tool, which is a tool in a democracy, to freely express our anger to the state and to the government and to the people who are custodians of our money and who have given this roads to contract and have refused to either pay the people for the contractors to come or have just turned their deaf ear to the plight in Madina.